Yeah, hey, I'm back again. So yeah, I already said that I would talk about this subject in my last video. Yeah, I know people who spend way too much money on perfume, and this is really a big problem. I feel for them. I for quite many anyway. Yeah. So what shall one do? I have myself felt this can be a real addiction. Yeah, it can really suck you in. It can be like a drug almost. You get addicted to that sweet, nice smell of perfume, and you just are almost like possessed, just keep searching every weekend or every other weekend. That's what I did. Every other weekend I would go and buy a new fragrance for a while. That was in 2021. That was like my first year when I really started collecting. So yeah, but I never spent over my budget. I mean, I never spent so much money that I could be in an economically, you know, bad or tight situation. So, but there are actually people I hear that do this. They overspend and then they have to live on noodles for a few weeks and stuff like that. And is it worth it? Of course not. Of course not. No way. No way. Like if you already own enough perfumes. There are people with actually over 1,000 bottles at home. Imagine that. That's crazy, huh? I mean, I feel it's crazy even to have like 200 or 300 or something. Much, I mean, not to talk about more than that. Right now, I have around 70. I counted the other night bottles. And I feel it's kind of getting a little much, but I'm still not there when I'm like, oh no, do I really have so many? But people, yeah, you have people that just go out there like every weekend or something like that, like, and keep surfing also online, searching for new stuff. And it doesn't get better, when I also see these streams that I've attended in the chat room, like there's always somebody who's saying, "Oh, goody, I'm expecting," and this and this, and he starts like he names 4 or 5 fragrances who are all gonna arrive to his address soon. Like his order actually 4 or 5 at once. I'm like, what the heck? I never done that. I never ordered one more than one at a time, of course, online, and then you start to think about it. How crazy is this? Really, this overbuying and. But yeah, this. What are you gonna do? I mean, especially people who have a good salary, who can afford it. But still, I mean, shouldn't you be saving up money for, God forbid, something happens? Like I don't know, whatever. For some, let's say your wife or somebody, your child gets sick and needs an expensive therapy or surgery, whatever. Like, don't you think about that, really? And it's fine if you don't have a family, then it's only yourself, who is fucked if something like that happens. But even then, you don't want that to happen, right? You start, let's, for instance, let's picture this scenario. You buy 5, 6 fragrances at once. you blow your budget, and then suddenly, oh, you need a kidney transplant or something. It turns out, what am I gonna do now, right? So, yeah, indeed, what are you gonna do now? Then, of course, you will say, oh, how silly of me to spend so much on just perfume. Yeah, exactly. It was silly. It is silly always. But some people just don't have control, and that's the problem. And they watch all these videos and these streams where people only talk about this and that perfume. And the problem is, it's alright if they talk about cheapies, but not many streams you will find where they talk about really cheapies. You know, these streams, you hear brands like Amouage, Creed, and whatever, all these expensive Clyde Christian, whatever. And yeah, that's the problem. Even people who sometimes like may seem like they are into cheapies, and they may be, but they also talk about expensive perfumes. That's what I don't like. So suddenly it's like, oh, I thought this was a designer fragrance chat stream, and then suddenly you get sucked in. You see all these gorgeous looking, probably gorgeous smelling bottles, and you're like, oh, I gotta have this like a zombie, like, oh, yeah, man, it sucks. I have felt it, as I said. You're like a perfume vampire, just gotta have it, have this and that and the other bottle, and yeah. So for me, thankfully, I still do buy, but I don't buy as much as I used to, for sure. I mean, or I have stopped this year actually, or slowed down. It all lasted until just a few months ago actually, and then I was like, then I look back at what I bought my collection, like I think I probably could have lived without all of these. Well, some of these anyway, perfumes for sure, and some of them have even turned out to be a disappointment in the long run. So that's the big risk. Something may smell really good to you when you first buy it, but that's part of your brain that gives these endorphins, and all this kick, this kick you get. It gives you signals that, oh yeah, I really love this, and then you feel like you really love it. But then some time goes, that kick and that excitement passes, and suddenly you are like, well, this I thought this was better. It's not as good as I thought, really. And then oh, did I spend $300 on this? Why why did I do that? So yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, man, you should never overbuy. Simple as that, and it's a major problem for many, and that's why I think. But that's the problem, They should have some sort of a warning for all these videos where people talk about expensive perfumes and all these streams. They should write like a disclaimer: or only watch this or only enter this stream if you earn that much at least per year. Like, so otherwise, it's not healthy for you to watch this. So yeah, they really should say so. But even people who earn enough, as I said, they just, if they go berserk, like, they can really get impoverished in the end. Even because some fragrances, some perfumes really cost so much that it's insane. It should be a crime. It should be against the law, man. That smelling water can cost so much. Doesn't matter what kind of package, lavish packaging it has, or but I don't think anything can smell so good that it can be worth like 500 or even $1,000 or you know, just crazy, man. Like Roger Diaghilev, for instance, or many of his hot locks, that like is I believe around $3,000 or something. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, but that's why people think it costs so much. That's gotta be the best thing ever. It's gonna blow my world. So, let's take the gamble. I'm gonna put up all that money and buy that because I gotta have it. And let me tell you something. No, you really don't have to have it. But yeah, I know the temptation gets too strong for sure. Yeah, it does. So what can I tell you? You gotta really think this through, man. You gotta think this through, man and woman. Yeah. Before you buy anything that you are not sure if it's really worth that much money anyway. You gotta really think it through. Do I really need this? Is it gonna change my life? You know, can I live on without getting this and be fine? Yeah, you probably can. All right, bye.